They tried to get me to stay in the Army when I was in California. They wanted me to re-up for 2 years. And the old commander out there said, I'll keep you here. If you'll stay and help teach cook school, I'll keep you here. You'll stay here the whole 2 years. And I had agreed to it. And I went to he said, you got to go talk to the recruiting officer downtown in Salinas to re-up. So I went in to do it. We was talking, and I told him the colonel said he'd keep me, and he said, "Whoa, wait a minute." He said, "You don't want to re-up for that because you may be in Germany 2 months from now." I was glad he's honest,
Yeah, well, see,
so I said, well,
just like when I was fixing to get out, I was down at Fort Benning. I was a small arms and artillery mechanic, and that colonel, he come over that night, we was getting ready for an IG inspection. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And I was E4, and I'd only been in that 2 years, and he said, "Oh," says, "I got you some money here." It says $10,000. Sign up, I think he said for 3 years. And I thought,
Yeah.
my bud'd be back in Vietnam
Yeah.
30 days from now.
That's what he told me. He said, "You might be in Germany in 2 months." There wasn't nothing going on then, but
They told my buddy he could go be. They said, "Yeah, you sign up today, we'll put you flying a Black Hawk. You'll be a Black Hawk pilot." I mean, they talked him up like he was just dead set. That's what he was gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't tell him nothing about MEPS or anything like that. They just said, "Yeah, you can be a Black Hawk pilot."
Well, I was in basic training talking about that kind of stuff down at Fort Benning. And we was out there in formation, and they said everybody fall out of formation got anything above a high school education. Well, they got your paperwork there. They know who you are and everything. And there was 4 or 5 of us had to fall out. And y'all go into Fort Rucker, Alabama in the morning. You're going to be promoted to warrant officer so-and-so, so-and-so. You fix to be helicopter pilots. I said, like hell, I ain't going.
that would have been a good thing, though. Really.
If you come home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the life expectancy in that time was 60 days.
Yeah.
60 days. And guess where you would, if you went straight from training in Vietnam, you'd be the first one they'd shoot out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they needed somebody to take off out through there.
That's
I think the average life of a machine gunner was so many minutes.
Oh
In
yeah,
battle.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
And the
about.
average life of a tanker was next, because they come at the tanker with everything, from a nuclear bomb down.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. People don't realize what people have been through in the military.
Yeah. But you know, the Army has run by full bird colonels, chief warrant officers, and master sergeant. First sergeant.
Right.
Them 3 people, even the generals that do what they say. Yeah, they run the Army. He went to Iraq 4 times. He was there in Desert Storm, the first one. Boy, he's got some pictures of whole convoys with skeletons sitting in the truck with a handle. Yeah, and
Somebody brought some back, showed it.
that was him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he went back.
Around the frame, still right around the gun barrel and all the
Yeah.
wood.
He's the one that brought them. And the last time he went, I gave him a custom knife that Bill McClendon had made. And I said, I want you to bring this knife back. I don't want it back, but I want you to bring it back.
Bring it back.
It's yours, but you bring it back. And he did. He said every time, he said the people under him, he was a sergeant, he was a commander over there in battle, you know. He was a sniper. And he said every time they went out and he wore that knife, they got shot at. And he said one day he started out with that knife, and then his people that was under him said, "You don't take that knife." Said every time you go out with that knife on, we get shot at. And he said, "Yeah, but we come home, don't we?" He wore it.
Come on.
He was, they had him, he went all over the world shooting while he was in there.
Well, see,
They had him, there's two international organizations of shooters, worldwide. And one of them had him listed as #1 shooter in the world, and the other one had him listed as #2 in the world, with a small arm. I know this old boy, he works in a hospital in Wyoming, Casper, Wyoming, and we was hunting together. And we was out, come to the car one day and was sitting there waiting for some of our buddies to come in. He's talking about killing a moose, and I said, "What all have you killed?" And he said, "Oh, I've killed moose and elk, antelope, deer, tiger, and elephant." I said, "Oh, you've been on safari?" And he said, "Uh-uh." He said, "I was in Vietnam." He said, "This tiger had went into a village over there and killed some people and eat them." And he said that they were superstitious. They wouldn't kill it because that'd be the same as them killing the spirit of their.
because that was one of them.
And he said, I was sitting there and said, I heard them coming, beating, making a noise and coming to him through the woods. And he said, I looked down and had a .22 rifle. A 223 is a .22 caliber rifle. He said, I looked down and I had a .22 rifle and a 400-pound cat coming at me. He said, but I was drunk. And I said, well, I got 30 rounds. And he said, I got him. 223. He said I was drunk. War is crazy anyway.
Yeah, I know it.
War is stupidity.
It is absolutely stupid.
No reason
It's
for war.
poor. It's poor people fighting a rich man's war. That's all it ever is.
Making them richer.
Mm-hmm.